Hey, what's up? Chris Sider here, and today we're going to be talking about why writing a letter to your ex is a really bad idea. But first, if you haven't already, please stop by our website, www.exboyfriendrecovery.com, and take our Ex Recovery Chances quiz. It's a simple 2-minute quiz I put together designed to help you understand what kind of chance you have of getting your ex back. You can simply find that quiz by visiting our website or looking in the description below this YouTube video and clicking on the link there. Let's get started. There are a lot of people out there that think writing a letter is a great idea, that it's this grand, majestic gesture that you can make to your ex. But it's never once worked for any one of my clients. So I'm making this video to explain why I don't think writing a letter works. So I'm a really big believer in something I like to call the value chain. The premise is pretty simple. You start at the beginning and then slowly work your way upwards by proving to your ex that you're more valuable than anyone else out there. It typically starts with the no contact rule, then moves up to texting, and then building rapport through texting, and then building rapport through phone calls, and then dating, and then building rapport on that date, and then guess what? You're back together. So if you really think about this, let's assume that you met someone on a first date. Would you just walk up to that person and ask them to marry you? Well, chances are if you tried that, you get a big fat whopping no. Now this is the value chain at work. You haven't built up enough value for them to look at you and say, yes, I'm willing to spend the rest of my life with you. And therein lies the issue with letters. Most experts out there will recommend the no contact rule. I think that's the one thing that most of us universally agree on. The no contact rule works. But where we differ is what happens after the no contact rule. Now, some people will recommend that you text your ex. Some people will recommend that you call them, that you try to show up or try to set up a date. And then there are the few who recommend letters. Now, in my opinion, a letter is a little bit more powerful than text messaging and even phone calls, especially if it's handwritten. But I think it's only effective if you're already in a relationship. So you've just ignored your ex for, let's say, 30 days. You completely ignored them. They've reached out to you a few times and you said, nope, not gonna talk to you. And then after the no contact rule, you decide, okay, now it's time to write that letter. Do you think that's gonna work? Well, chances are it's not. It's just gonna creep your ex out because you're writing them a letter after, not talking to them for 30 days straight. So it's too much too soon. I'll give you another example. Let's say you're at a bar and you see across the way a really cute guy. So at this point, you're presented with a choice. You have one of two choices. You can walk up to him, sit next to him, look at him, smile, then ask what drink he's having, and then try to start up a really natural conversation. So on the other hand, you can take out a napkin, write a letter of how you believe in love at first sight and how, you're gonna declare your undying love and how you should get married and have babies and have that white picket fence and everything, and then walk up to him and then slide it across the way. That is the equivalent of what you are doing after the no contact rule if you send your ex a letter. It's not a good idea. I've never seen it once work for any of my clients. And there's been a lot of people who have tried it out from other coaching programs and come to me and told me, I tried this out and I fell flat on my face. Only to get really angry when I told them, that's never once worked at all for any of my clients ever. I've had thousands of clients to put this in perspective. So let's recap. Letters equals bad. The end.